Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today is June 25th, 2025, and wow, the AI world just keeps accelerating.
It really does. Non-stop, it feels like.
Exactly. So today, we're going to sift through some of the biggest developments making waves online, looking at web sources, X posts, the whole picture.
We'll be talking Anthropic's Claude, some new stuff from NVIDIA with Isaac GR00T, and Apple potentially making a move with Perplexity.
Yeah, our goal here is basically to give you the quick download, what you really need to know about how all this is shaping, the tech future and maybe even your own digital life.
And it seems timely, too. Hashtag AI innovation is buzzing on X right now.
Yep.
Lots of chatter.
Definitely. Okay, so let's jump right in. First up, Anthropic. What's happening with Claude?
Well, the big news seems to be testing a memory feature. So Claude could actually recall past conversations.
Interesting. Like it remembers what you talked about last time.
Exactly. And alongside that, they're expanding artifacts. That's the feature for like building little apps or interactive bits right in the chat. No coding needed.
Okay, so it's kind of like giving Claude a long-term memory and a creative toolkit all rolled into one.
That's a good way to put it. It builds on what we saw with Claude 4 early access. No official release date yet, but
Yeah.
seems in line with their whole safety first thing.
So why does this memory feature actually matter? What's the big deal?
Well, think about it. Instead of starting fresh every time, you could have an AI tutor that remembers where you struggled last month, or a design assistant that knows your style preferences across different projects.
Right, that personalization could be huge for productivity.
Definitely. But, the immediate question that pops up is privacy, right? Especially with memory.
Yeah, how does that work if it remembers everything?
That's the key question. Success really hinges on how robust those privacy safeguards are and how widely they actually roll this out. It's a big step towards more personalized AI, but it has to be done carefully.
Makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay, so from conversational AI, let's pivot to, well, the physical world. NVIDIA's been busy too.
Very busy. They've unveiled Isaac GR00T N1.5. It's a new AI model specifically for robotics.
GR00T and 1.5. Okay. And this ties into that new AI cloud they announced.
Exactly. It's paired with Europe's first industrial AI cloud. We're talking like 10,000 GPUs powering this thing. It's building on the recent D-Drive Atlas V platform, too.
So it's like a massive brain boost for machines, helping robots learn and get deployed faster.
That's the idea. GR00T basically helps robots learn tricky manipulation tasks much faster, with less direct human programming.
Give me an example, like on a factory floor.
Yeah, imagine a robot arm that can suddenly adapt if a new type of box comes down the line or something's out of place. Instead of needing a whole reprogramming session, it can sort of figure it out.
Okay, that sounds potentially transformative for manufacturing logistics.
It really could be. But, and this is important, its adoption won't just happen overnight. There's the cost factor, obviously.
Right, integrating it must be complex.
And compatibility. How well does it play with all the existing factory systems and robots already out there? That's going to be critical. The potential's huge, but the rollout is still unfolding.
Got it. We got one more big piece of news, and this one involves Apple. What's this about Perplexity?
Yes, the rumor mill is churning. Reports suggest Apple is exploring, maybe even in talks, to acquire Perplexity.
Perplexity, the AI search engine. Why would Apple want them?
The thinking reportedly is all about bringing really advanced search capabilities onto the device itself.
On device. So not going out to the cloud as much.
Precisely. Better privacy, potentially faster results, maybe even offline capabilities. It puts Apple in more direct competition with Google Search, and maybe even enhances or replaces some Siri functions down the line.
Huh. That feels like a potentially big strategic upgrade for the whole Apple ecosystem.
It really does, like slotting in a super intelligent search layer. But we should stress, these talks are said to be preliminary. It's not a done deal.
Right, early days. But if it did happen, what would that mean for, the average iPhone user?
It could fundamentally change how you search for information on your phone. Think more intelligent, context-aware answers processed right there. But again, its success depends on, one, the deal actually happening, and two, how well they integrate it. User adoption is everything.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's pull back for a second. We mentioned hashtag AI innovation trending earlier. What's the general vibe online about all this stuff? Claude, GR0T, Apple Perplexity.
Overall, there's a lot of excitement. You see people calling it a tech turning point, sharing ideas for how Claude's memory could be used or what smarter robots could do. The sentiment seems largely positive.
People are seeing the potential then.
Definitely. Lots of envisioning cool new applications. But it's not all just hype.
Oh.
You do see those threads of concern popping up too, especially as we discussed around privacy with things like AI memory.
Right, the same questions we were raising.
Exactly. It just shows this is all still evolving, we're figuring out the tech and the implications at the same time.
Yeah, a really dynamic space. Okay, so let's wrap this deep dive up. We've covered quite a bit.
We have. Anthropic giving Claude a memory and creative tools. NVIDIA boosting robot brains with Isaac GR00TN 1.5, and Apple eyeing Perplexity to potentially shake up mobile search.
It really feels like AI is just relentlessly pushing forward on multiple fronts.
No question about it.
So here's something to think about as you go through your day. With AI getting more personal, robots getting smarter, and even search possibly changing fundamentally, how might all this reshape the way you live and work? Maybe sooner than we think. Which of these changes gets you excited? Or maybe which ones give you pause? Definitely something to consider.